How to making sense of money, 46% of Cleveland residents did not learn how to manage their finances until adulthood, with nearly a quarter of them saying they did not seek financial help at all. This according to an Edward Jones survey. In fact, a recent report by Smartest Dollar shows Ohio lands near the bottom at 44 on the list of most financial savvy states in the country.
Why is it that you feel like the younger generation isn't as well versed on money as they should be?
So that's a good question. I think maybe parents are just relying on the school to teach it, and maybe the schools don't have that that in their education.
That's Maverick Peters. This morning, I'm taking you behind the scenes of his podcast, Money with Maverick, to see how the Northeast Ohio man is trying to empower the next generation of consumers.
Creating comfort, chatting about what can often be a taboo topic.
There are so many things in society we can't talk about. It's unfortunate money's one of them.
Maverick Peters, a podcast producer,
So it was kind of like a natural thing, like to get behind the microphone.
is doing what he can to squash the stigma surrounding money with his own show.
All right, I'm sitting here with Robert Marks.
Money with Maverick was born from the 26-year-old's experience, or lack thereof,
I would have liked back in high school to learn how to, manage money a little bit better.
when it came to finances.
Whatever our parents didn't teach us about money, school definitely didn't teach us.
Maverick quickly learned he wasn't alone.
Turns out, though, a lot of our friends were in the same boat. Didn't know what to do with their money, didn't know, should I buy or lease a car? Should I buy or lease my phone? What's a 401k?
To help answer some of those questions,
I'm no financial expert.
the podcast hosts a wide range of guests,
Understanding budgeting. That is so important.
from stockbrokers to financial advisors and analysts.
Asking them the questions most people are too shy, too embarrassed to admit they don't know.
What is maybe one of the reoccurring themes that you hear?
So a lot of Gen Z, millennials are confused. There's a lot of confusion around how to make big purchases, buying a home, buying or leasing a car.
It's the way Maverick navigates each episode that helps connect him to his target audience.
I try and come from the perspective of a total beginner. Mike, let's say I know all about FICO score. Let's say I know how to take out a mortgage. I'm going to still ask the questions like I have no idea.
Well, I think him being 26 is the key because he has these questions in his own life.
Ellen Wool, who listens in on these conversations,
Budgeting's everything.
is happy to hear younger generations have a chance to get a jump start on their financial literacy,
People need to tune in and listen because there's so much valuable information.
something she never had.
It's like nobody told me that. Why didn't I know stuff like that?
Maverick tells me his goal is to become a master of money, and he is inviting as many people as he can to join him on the journey.
Why is it so important that really everybody have their finger on the pulse when it comes to their finances?
That's another good question. So whether we like to admit it or not, Mike, money makes the world go round. I'm so glad I'm here because I'm helping, I think, at least based off of the feedback I'm getting.
And, this is such a great resource because a lot of younger people, as we mentioned, are just not equipped to handle their money. And Tiffany, younger, I'll admit it, I made a lot of mistakes when it came to money, getting credit cards, thinking it's like free money, racking up, big bills. And so I just kind of wish that I had something like this because he really breaks it down really easy to understand.
Yeah, it's great to see him doing that. I'm grateful that my father taught me some of the basics when it comes to finances at a young age, but there are still things that I don't know this day, and I'm sure his podcast can help me out with
That's
that.
the other thing too, right? Like he's geared towards the younger generation, but it's stuff that we could all benefit from. So you can get his podcast anywhere you go to get your podcasts. And I don't listen to a ton, so I don't know where that is, but apparently there's a lot of different places that,
There are.
Wherever you get your favorite
They'll-
podcast from,
people will
you can
figure it
find
out.
Maverick.
Right.